saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua kerana despite the very short notice, all of you are here today for this press conference. I believe that we've met before this. We talked earlier about the aging Aerotrain and what we are doing with it. If I'm not mistaken, that was September last year. For the benefit of all, semuanya saya rasa sedia maklum. Aerotrain di Malaysia Airport dan di Kuala Lumpur Terminal 1 ni dah berumur 25 tahun. Terlampau uzur. Kalau nak kirakan daripada sudut perjalanannya, 2.8 juta kilometer. Kalau tak salah saya tu, kalau daripada sini pergi ke bulan 7 kali dah boleh sampai. So terlampaulah uzur, terlampaulah lama. 300 juta passengers, penumpang yang telah dikendalikan oleh train tersebut. Now, given that situation and the condition dia, memang kita semua tahu amatlah uzur sekali. Jadi dengan itu, kerap kali sangat berlaku breakdown. Dan pada masa kebelakangan ini terlalu banyak sangat. Dan bila satu mesin yang telah lama tu, jadi dia lebih lambat lagi masanya untuk melaksanakan kerja-kerja pembaikan sekiranya berlaku sebarang kesulitan dan juga any breakdowns. Dan selalunya di sebelah kiri saya ni Engineer Azman yang mengendalikan segala rectification work tu. Bila sesuatu tu dah tak boleh orang kata beyond the serviceability level tu, makin lama lagi sikit lah kalau nak memperbaikinya. Now, we do sincerely acknowledge that, and that is the reason why we announced earlier that we had received the requisite approval to change the train pada tahun lepas. Tapi saya juga ingin memaklumkan kepada semua bahawa program untuk menukar train itu akan memakan masa lama, 3 tahun. Fasa pertama adalah fasa design, di mana design dan juga reka bentuk, kerana penukaran ini merupakan replacing the entire system. Sistem tu maksud dia the whole package, bukan sahaja gerabak kereta api, tetapi juga landasan, infrastruktur dan sebagainya. Jadi fasa pertama mestilah dilaksanakan reka bentuk yang sesuai, reka bentuk yang mengguna pakai infrastruktur yang sedia ada, walaupun infrastruktur itu akan ditukar, tetapi kerana infrastruktur itu mesti di tempat yang sama. Jadi kesulitan tu untuk melaksanakan reka bentuk tu, that is the reason why it's taking 1 year to actually do the design. Very complex. And furthermore, I'm very sure that all of you will know that this is a live airport. Live airport meaning airport tu masih lagi diguna pakai. Dan di bawah ketetapan yang dibuat oleh ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, airside, di mana operasi semua berlaku, ketetapan keselamatan dan sebagainya harus kita laksana dengan terbaik dan teratur. Jadi fasa pertama adalah mengenai design, reka bentuk yang akan disiapkan pada penghujung suku kedua tahun ini. Jadi nak dekat dah habis dah ke dalam design tu. Dan selepas suku kedua, pembinaan akan dilaksanakan. So the infrastructure, the construction, fabrication of the train will take place by the end of second quarter. By 2025, pada tahun 2025, insyaAllah Terminal 1 KLIA akan menerima ataupun dengan sepenuhnya mempunyai sistem aerotrain baru. Saya juga ingin memaklumkan kepada semua bahawa decision earlier was made to mitigate all the inconveniences to the passengers, given the fact that this is still a live airport. The decision was made that sewaktu pembinaan dilaksanakan, at every given point of time, one train will still be operating. Jadi maksud dia, kita akan tutup satu line tu akan dibina. Bila pembinaan satu line lagi tu dah siap bersama dengan gerabak kereta apinya, kita akan lancarkan dan jalankan line baru itu dan kita tutup line yang sebelum ini. Jadi itu adalah perancangan yang kita adakan sebelum ini. Pada yang masa sama, kita juga mengadakan supplemental shuttle bus service. Buat masa ini kita mempunyai 18 bus yang kita guna pakai. Bus ni beroperasi 24 jam setiap hari. Buat masa ini dengan 18 itu, walaupun kita tutup dua-dua train pun semasa diperbaiki mencukupi. Tapi kadang-kadang tu saya rasa saya juga menerima banyak keluhan daripada semua mengenai perjalanan yang jauh sedikit untuk pergi ke stesen bas ini. Tetapi saya ingin menyatakan di sini dan memberi makluman bahawa kalau daripada pelepasan, bila kita sampai tu train station, kita turun bawah sikit je dah sampai kepada bus station, bus lounge. Cumanya yang jauh sikit tu di satellite terminal. At the satellite terminal, if all of you, I'm very sure all of you are very familiar with the satellite terminal. At the train station, you have to walk about 400 meters. The distance is about 400 meters away to the bus lounge. But this 400 meters, kalau siapa yang biasa dengan KLIA, I'm very sure all of you are, there are travelators. So nak katakan jauh tu memanglah 400 meter lebih jauh daripada apa yang sedia ada, tapi travelator memang diguna pakai. Dan juga saya ingin maklumkan di sini ni, kalau ada setengah tu saya menerima juga keluhan daripada orang mengatakan kadang-kadang jauh travelator ada. Saya sendiri pun dah tua dah, 57 tahun lah, kadang-kadang sakit lutut saya naik travelator. Jadi tahulah itu berapa tua kan. Jadi travelator ada. Dan juga ada juga orang-orang yang wheelchair dan sebagainya, people with disability. Dia sebenarnya memang kalau permintaan dibuat daripada syarikat penerbangan, memang sebenarnya ada wheelchair tu semua ada diguna pakai. Dan juga saya ingin memaklumkan di sini bahawa staf kami, bukan sahaja daripada staf airport tapi juga aviation security, polis bantuan kami bersiap sedia untuk membantu semua. Dan juga saya ingin sentuh mengenai bas yang sedia ada tu, ada yang mengatakan tidak boleh mengguna, kalau orang naik wheelchair tak boleh. Kalau semua yang dah biasa tu, you will know that the bus is equipped to handle wheelchairs. So even as you go down, you can go down the elevator. The wheelchair itself will be able to be boarded onto the bus itself. So we have all those facilities in place. Saya juga ada pernah menyatakan bahawa kita juga akan mengambil bas baru pada masa ini, insyaAllah pada masa pertengahan tahun ini akan sampai untuk memberi lebih lagi keselesaan kepada penumpang-penumpang semua. Tapi buat masa ini 18 bas tu kita sedang kendalikan. Nah, saya tadi ada mengatakan breakdown. Dengan duka citanya saya ingin memaklumkan di sini terdapat sekarang ni lebih sikit breakdown. Semalam berlaku satu insiden yang tidak diingini, yang kami kesali. Pada pukul 3, train kami yang membawa operasi, train kami ni beroperasi daripada pukul 6 sampai pukul 10 pagi, 12 sampai 3.30 petang, 5 sampai 12 malam, 12.30 sampai pukul 3 pagi. Dia ada schedule. Tapi pada pukul 3 semalam petang, sebuah aerotrain yang kami guna pakai, semasa dalam perjalanan daripada main terminal building nak ke satellite building, tiba-tiba terhenti di atas track sebelum sampai ke satellite building. Selalunya tata cara kami adalah untuk menggunakan train yang satu lagi untuk pergi bersebelahan dengan train yang tidak boleh diguna pakai di mid track untuk mengambil penumpang-penumpang daripada train yang tidak boleh pakai, membawa kepada satellite building. Namun semalam train yang dibawa untuk mengangkut penumpang, membawa penumpang untuk menyelamatkan daripada train yang terbengkalai itu juga didapati rosak. Jadi kami kesali sebanyak berapa penumpang semalam tak ingat, 114 penumpang di dalam train itu terpaksa berjalan sebanyak 400 meter daripada di mana train itu berhenti ke satellite. Kami amat mengesali kejadian yang berlaku semalam. Saya boleh faham keadaan pada masa itu dengan keadaan yang cuaca kurang baik, hujan lenyai pada masa itu. 114 orang terpaksa berjalan daripada di mana train itu berhenti untuk sampai ke satellite. Tapi alhamdulillah semua passenger yang terbabit dapat sampai ke satellite building dan kami telah memberi kepada mereka bantuan yang mana kami boleh. Kami juga kesali ada beberapa yang terpaksa terlepas penerbangan mereka. Kami telah mengambil mereka dan juga kami telah menyediakan penginapan dan juga kami sekarang membantu untuk mereka mendapat flight untuk ke destinasi mereka pada masa yang terdekat. Saya rasa semua pun insyaAllah hari ini dah dapat diselesaikan. Jadi saya telah katakan juga sebelum ini terdapat juga beberapa lagi kejadian breakdown. It has happened on the 6th of September in 2017 dan juga terlampau kerap sekarang. Sekali lagi saya bagi pihak pengurusan Malaysia Airport ingin menyatakan di sini kami amat mengesali perkara-perkara tersebut. We truly apologize. We sincerely apologize to all our passengers. Now, having gone through all that, today I categorically want to state that we do not want to have our passengers go through this again. In the interest of the passenger safety, the management of Malaysia Airports is taking a decisive move to suspend the KLIA Aerotrain service until further notice. Saya rasa saya dan juga rakan-rakan saya di sebelah kanan dan kiri dan juga keseluruhan warga Malaysia Airport merasakan it will be very irresponsible for us to have our passengers go through another incident of such nature. Jadi we hope that the public dan juga rakan-rakan semua dapat menyampaikan kesalahan kami dan juga memohon maaf kepada semua, dan juga dapat memahami sekiranya kami memberhentikan sebentar untuk until further notice perjalanan Aerotrain ini. We will keep you informed as to when we are able to, if we can bring the Aerotrain back up before the actual replacement program is being undertaken. As I mentioned just now, it is for safety reason. We hope that the public would be understanding on this, because we feel that it is in the best interest of all. I also mentioned earlier about our 24/7 shuttle service is available 24/7. Dia sebenarnya kalau nak dilihatkan daripada sudut fakta, kereta api itu kalau kita menunggu kereta api itu dalam masa 3 minit, perjalanan daripada satu stesen ke satu stesen lain 2 minit, jadi 5 waktu. Train mungkin memakan masa lama sikit sekiranya di satelit untuk berjalan ke stesen bas di C5, tapi perjalanannya sama. Nak menunggu naik bas tu selalunya dalam masa 1 hingga 2 minit. Bas tu memang sedia ada, naik perjalanannya 3 minit, jadi sama, lebih kurang 5-6 minit juga. Jadi it will always be there, and we will ensure, myself, my colleagues here will ensure the service level will be the same as you are experiencing with the Aerotrain. Dan juga sebelum saya membuka ruang kepada question and answer, I would like to also state here that we will do our utmost, we will do our best to ensure safety, number one, and number two, we will do our very best, our very, very best to ensure that all of you, when you come to Malaysia airports, Kuala Lumpur International Airport, you will experience a comfortable and seamless journey through our airport. Safety will be our utmost priority. Once again, before I open for question and answer, I would like again, on behalf of my colleagues, apologize for the unpleasant incidences. With that, I open to questions.
May I now welcome the first question from the floor? Please state your agency and name.
Saya Datuk Mira dari T3 Datuk nak tanya berkenaan berapa kos yang dikeluarkan untuk pembaharuan Aerotrain. Kos yang dikeluarkan untuk pembaharuan Aerotrain.
Pembaharuan Aerotrain ini telah saya rasa telah dijelaskan dalam beberapa announcement pengumuman yang kita telah laksanakan sebelum ini. Tak silap saya 700 juta, dan 700 juta tu telah juga pengumumannya telah dibuat lah baru-baru ni. Jadi sekarang ni kita baru saja, alhamdulillah semalam kita telah membuat pengumuman mengenai financial 2022. Alhamdulillah dengan peningkatan kembali passenger ke Malaysia ni pada tahun 2022, kita telah mencatat keuntungan. Jadi kalau nak melihatkan daripada sudut kewangan, alhamdulillah pada masa ini Malaysia Airports telah berjaya melepasi daripada 2 tahun yang kebelakangan ini yang begitu amatlah susah sekali baru ni. Jadi saya rasa sekarang ni kita di dalam keadaan yang lebih baik. Jadi in terms of cost semua tu for the passengers, kerana masa ni lah pula mic kat jalan dengar sebab pada masa ini penambahbaikan, kerana kita faham semuanya mengenai aset-aset yang telah usang di Kuala Lumpur International Airport ni, pihak pengurusan serta juga pihak lembaga pengarah telah memutuskan bahawa nombor 1 Aerotrain akan ditukar, baggage handling system juga akan ditukar, dan apa-apa lagi yang dirasakan patut ditukar untuk memastikan keselesaan dan juga taraf lapangan terbang utama kami, iaitu Kuala Lumpur International Airport ni tidak menjejaskan nama baik Malaysia, akan ditukar pada masa-masa akan datang.
Gerard from the staff.
Yes, Gerard.
Okay, I have a couple of questions lah. The first one is, you mentioned that 114 passengers were affected when the train broke down, correct? Okay, of that number, how many of them missed their flights? Okay, that's the first question. The second one, why actually did the train break down? What is the reason for it?
Okay. Whilst taking this mic off, may I get Cik Asmandi, you have the details?
10 penumpang telah terkandas di KLIA. Kami telah menyediakan penginapan untuk mereka dan tiket untuk perjalanan ke destinasi tersebut telah disediakan. Untuk technical reason, saya rasa IR Azman mungkin boleh membantu untuk menjawab.
Gerard, just to add on before passing on to the engineering expert, I think what we did was that immediately we handled the situation the best way we can. We tried to ensure that the passengers who can make the connection. Of course, we first ushered them into a staging area to just calm them down and provide some assistance at our Sama-Sama Express Hotel, which is in the terminal building itself. Then we make sure that those who can make the flight, connecting flight or destination flight, were able to go to their gates very quickly. The others, I think we are putting them up. Now, in terms of the actual cost, I think I'll pass it to the expert.
Our Aerotrain was powered by automation trains operating systems, whereby the power is very important. So kita punya train power ni, kita ada dua portion. Satu external power that provide power kepada train. Another one, the power within the train. So during the accident, actually the power within our train, which is we have a battery circuit breakers. Our battery circuit breakers was tripped due to the wiring, internal wiring of the trains. So that's why our train was breakdown at the middle of the tracks.
Was the same for the second train that came?
It's similar in nature, Gerard. Now, to rectify the reason why we're taking them off until further notice is this: the issues that we're facing right now are not only just mechanical issues, it is also electronics. And for us to really determine the entire spectrum of it, it may involve us dismantling all parts, including beyond or below the platform, every single part that we need to do. So we're asking for the patience of everyone for us to do that particular full assessment of both the trains that we have. But just also want to remind all of you that the actual construction of one of our lines will take place within the second quarter of this year. But until such time, Gerard, standing here as, or sitting down here as the Managing Director of Malaysia Airports, having the ultimate responsibility for anything that goes wrong or that goes right, hopefully, in Malaysia Airports, I'm not willing to take that responsibility of running the train. And another thing that I would like to also remind you, Gerard, is that this is an asset which is 24 years old. Yes, we did certain rectification work, certain upgrades, some overhaul that was done in 2012. But the severity of it would be that there are some parts that are not even supported. There are some parts that are not even available anymore from the OEM.
We have
Yeah, Priya.
So you are completely retiring both trains until for the next 3 years?
What we are doing right now is that the decision that is being made is to suspend until further notice.
But you also said the both trains are beyond serviceability level.
It has been beyond serviceability level quite some time back. So we are suspending it for the time being. As I said, 25 years. Even a car has a warranty of 5 years. Assets like this have a longer warranty. So what we're saying right now, Priya, is very clear. We are suspending the operations of the 2 trains until further notice. Whether we are going to retire it, it's not within my purview. Many other stakeholders like my board, the regulators, APAT, Ministry of Transport will have to be consulted. So we have not yet reached that decision to retire fully.
But based on your preliminary assessment of the technical and mechanical errors, what is the hope for the both 2 trains? Is it serviceable?
Serviceable, if you want to talk about the serviceability level, I think the engineering team has been working on it for the past 5 to 10 years, making it serviceable. As I mentioned to you, even some of the parts are no longer available. We've bought all the last parts available around the world. So they have made do with all the parts and also all the, for the lack of any other words, the MacGyvering that they can do. But I think from a safety standpoint, I am just not comfortable to run it at this point of time. So to talk about retirement, I think that's premature. What we can do as responsible management is to suspend the operations until further notice.
Datuk Bashir from News Straits Times.
Yes, I know, Bashir.
Earlier you said that you will keep us informed if the train reoperates. So does that mean that you're going to repair it? And my question is it necessary since another 2 years time you're going to have new set of trains? Since if repair involves cost and then as you said OEM doesn't even supply the parts.
Oh, that's a very good question, Bashir. I expected that from you. So what I can tell you right now is this: being a responsible management, we will have to try to do our best to ensure that our passengers will be able to experience a seamless journey in Kuala Lumpur International Airport Terminal 1. It will be very responsible for us just to say, okay, that's it, done. We have to be responsible in trying to fix this thing. Although the buses are already there, I do acknowledge that sometimes people complain about the buses. So we need to do our very best, Bashir, to ensure that we exhaust every possible alternatives and efforts. So we will continue to look into rectification if at all possible.
Question? For any repairing work in the existing 2 trains, would it add into the 700 million that you have put aside for the new train packages?
Hang on, let me just make sure. Is it 700 or one? Hang on.
Including operational maintenance.
Okay, 700. Then I got no, because we have so too many things that we're doing right now. So it's 700 for the train.
Including operational maintenance.
Okay. Including operational and maintenance, but we also have OPEX on a yearly basis, which we have put aside for any of these things, including the trains as well. So again, we will not spare costs when it comes to safety and also serviceability and also passenger comfort at our airport. So it will not go beyond. It is already budgeted for, Priya.
So any repairing is already
inside the, and also we have a separate budget for our usual repair and maintenance as well, which any of this will also be part of our annual budget anyway.
Sure, but specifically for this problem, how much will it cost you?
I don't even know at this point in time. It is too preliminary for me to say because we haven't gone and opened up all the parts yet to see which is wrong. So for us to actually state at this point in time, I would think that it's a little bit too premature for me to see the cost of it. And of course, going to Bashir's point, if there is an inflection point to say that it is no longer, it doesn't make sense for us to actually do this, then we'll trigger it at this point of time. It's too premature at this point of time, Priya. In all honesty, it is too premature.
Alas Memberama. So nak tanya bila sistem perkhidmatan ni diberhentikan sementara berkut puasa? Is it since yesterday or today?
Kita telah mengambil langkah pada semalam selepas kejadian itu untuk memberhentikan sementara waktu, tetapi pada tengah hari ini selepas mendapat lebih banyak lagi maklumat di mana adakah boleh kita membuka balik line yang satu lagi itu, kami mengambil keputusan untuk tidak berbuat demikian. Jadi pada hari ini, semalam sememangnya memang telah selepas pukul 3 tu, dua-dua tu memang kita tak jalan, dah tak berjalan. Tapi pada hari ini dengan secara rasminya pengurusan telah mengambil tindakan dan keputusan untuk suspend until further notice. Clear about that ya, Nama?
Oh yes. Thank you, sir.
Datuk, saya nak thank you. Adakah itu Aerobus dia ada apa-apa service atau maintenance during the MCO period?
Sorry.
Aerotrain ada servis ke masa PKP masa lockdown?
Aerotrain.
Aerotrain atau Aerobus?
Aerotrain.
Aerotrain.
We do servicing on the Aerotrain. We have preventive and we have periodic maintenance. We do it all the time, even during MCO period. Again, I have to remind, it's a 25-year-old asset. Oh, I think I see where you're getting at, whether it was mothball, and the fact that it was mothball, maybe the source of. We do run the trains, we do maintain it even during that particular period.
Syahrim dari The Vibes. Datuk, out of 114 passengers, how many are they women and how many are they children and men? And my second question is, how long does it take for them to walk from that halted train to the flight yesterday?
Okey, daripada 10 penumpang semalam, okey, mereka telah berjalan lebih kurang 400 meter ke terminal satelit, dan daripada 10 penumpang tersebut, 4 adalah penumpang yang menaiki penerbangan QG 535 Kuala Pudong, sampai 6 orang, seorang yang menaiki penerbangan MF878, dan 2 orang yang menaiki pesawat penerbangan M886, dan 1 penumpang yang menaiki pesawat MH723. Kesemua penumpang ini telah mendapat tiket untuk penerbangan ke destinasi yang dituju, dan pada semalam kita telah menempatkan mereka di sama-sama ekspres untuk penginapan, dan semua keselesaan semua bilik semua telah ditanggung oleh pihak Malaysia Airport. Daripada jumlah 10 penumpang ini, untuk penerbangan ke Padang, mereka adalah satu keluarga termasuk anak-anak.
Okey. Sebenarnya saya tanya tadi, daripada 114 tadi, berapa ramai kanak-kanak, berapa ramai dewasa, berapa ramai wanita?
Saya rasa kita akan bagi sharing, kita bagi kejap lagi sharing. Saya tak bawa detail tu pada masa ni. We'll give it to you shortly.
Daripada 10 tu saya dengar tadi, is it Pudong or is it Padang?
Padang, PDG Padang.
Padang, just to Padang only.
Ya, 6 ke Padang, 2 ke Pudong. 1 ke Padang PDG, 2 ke Pudong PVG.
So ada pasal pertambahan pasukan, berapa bas yang akan ditambah untuk
selepas ini? Okey, pada masa ini dengan keadaan semasa di mana peningkatan penumpang pada masa ini, kita akan masih lagi berkekal dengan 18. train yang kita ada. Buses, sorry, 18 train tu nanti kan pening kepala pula. Lagi jadi benda lain pula. 18 buses. Dia aviation industry ni dia mengikut dua musim. Satu musim adalah summer, satu musim adalah winter. Dua pusingan, dua kitaran. Sekarang ini kita masih dalam winter schedule. Jadi selalunya dalam schedule yang tertentu tu kita ada a number of flights that can come into airports because it is all based on airlines. Now, key thing here that you have to understand is this: when summer schedule is starting in March, towards the end of March, 25th of March. Usually, summer schedule you will see 20 to 30% more traffic, both air traffic movements and passenger movements as well. So we have a specific calculation, a mechanism, a model that we follow. If there is a certain number of passengers, we will employ certain number of buses. For our winter schedule, cukup 18 bus. Tapi untuk summer schedule yang akan tiba pada 25 hari bulan Mac ini, kami sekarang menunggu ketetapan daripada airline untuk memberi schedule untuk summer. Daripada itu, kita boleh membuat unjuran berapa ramai passenger yang akan tiba. Dan daripada itu, kita akan membuat unjuran untuk mengambil berapa banyak. Jadi saya nak katakan whether kita nak ambil 4 bus extra ke 6 bus extra ke pada masa ini, saya belum boleh lagi. Tetapi apa yang saya boleh janjikan adalah sekiranya penambahan itu memerlukan 4 bus, kita akan mengambil 14. Kalau memerlukan 6 bus, kita akan ambil 6 bus juga. Kerana kita pernah pada masa 2008 memang satu time tu memang kita tutup terus train tu kerana kita melaksanakan development of a diversion line or spur line yang kita panggil tu untuk pergi ke stesen yang bersebelahan untuk workshop. Jadi kita dah tutup pun. Masa tu kita pakai dalam 20 train macam itu, bus macam tu. Jadi sekarang ni kalaulah penambahan trafik tu, sebab you kena ingat masa ni sekarang ni kita ni masih lagi belum sampai pada tahap 2019 kita. Jadi pada masa sekarang mencukupi 18. Berapa nak tambah lagi? Jawapan senang, mengikut keperluan. Daripada tadi lagi, sorry.
Keterapan bas yang akan tiba untuk menghantar passenger tu adakah sama seperti menaiki train?
Sama. Kerana bila semasa turun daripada, katalah turun ke bus lounge tu, pihak pengurusan ni memang ada CCTV. Jadi saya sendiri sebagai pengarah urusan Malaysia Airport ni pun, dalam telefon saya ni pun ada CCTV. Saya tengok, saya perhati pukul 2 pagi ke tak kira, saya tengok. Jadi kalau masa lebih-lebih lagi, masa peak hours, memang saya tengok bas tidak putus. Ada saja bas. Cumanya kadang-kadang bila terdampak ramai banyak sikit line tu, instead of kita naik satu bas, kita buat double boarding, kita buat triple boarding. Jadi menunggu tu sebenarnya pada saya nak cakap nanti you kata mungkin saya bias, tapi saya rasa why don't we do this as a program for them to actually go and see this operations in the buses? Would you welcome that if kita bawa you all pergi tengok macam mana bus jalan? In fact, even after this you can. You see how people board the bus. It is seamless because we have 18 buses. Kalau kita mengikut kalalah masa itu lebih banyak penumpang datang tiba ya, kita lebihkan bus daripada 18 tu, mungkin 10 kita taruh di satellite dan kita simpan 8 di contact pier. Jadi kita mengikut ke masa. Jadi selalunya memang bas ni tidak putus. Bila sampai memang ada bas boleh naik. Cumanya mungkin kena menunggu sedikit seminit ke 2 minit, kerana kadang-kadang tu ini saya akui, sekiranya ada wheelchair, ya, satu pintu bas tu akan diguna pakai untuk menurunkan, ada dia punya macam ramp lah, dia akan turun ramp. Jadi yang itu makanlah masa lama sikit, jadi orang terpaksa beratur nak naik satu saja. Jadi 2 pintu bas ni, ya. Yang kat tengah tu yang ada ramp boleh turun tu, jadi kita tolak naik. Tapi secara ratanya bas memang akan sedia ada bila-bila masa orang tu turun ke bus lounge 24 jam sehari. Priya, you want to have a follow on, please?
So, compared to your September's breakdown, is this a lot more severe? Yesterday's breakdown. You had
Compared to
breakdown last year September, right? So compared to that, is the latest breakdown is a lot more severe?
I think any breakdown is severe, as far as I'm concerned, Priya.
I'm just trying to assess.
We've had instances whereby passengers had to walk on the platform as well before this. So severity wise, yesterday's incident had happened prior to this, similar incident, and hence the reason why we do not want to face that again.
So having said that, how confident is MAHB to bring it back to serviceability before the end of second quarter?
These trains, I think I answered Bashir's question just now. He was asking the same question. How confident are we? We have been servicing, our engineering team have been servicing this train even for the past how many years? They know what they're doing. Now we leave it up to them in terms of how fast they can do it, how confident. Again, I'm going to say it's premature, because I think I did also say this, to be fair, Priya, I did mention just now, we have to open all the panels now to ensure that this kind of things will not happen again. We have to, the undercarriage, we have to unscrew everything, bring everything down to ensure the wirings are complete, whether anything that needs to be changed. It's almost like a major overhaul on its own. So how confident we are, we haven't seen the full entire spectrum of the train just yet. To be fair, I don't think I'm going to be able to answer you.
No, just to follow up on that, I know you already answered this, but I'm just going to go into a bit more detail. What is MAHB's reservations on retiring these 2 trains? What are the challenges or the complexities of that issue?
I think in terms of retiring the train, number one, as a management, we still have to do our best to ensure that we can try to bring it up, notwithstanding whether we have 1 month or 2 months more to go before the asset replacement for one line is going to be done. We are a public listed company. We are a 12 billion ringgit market capitalization company. Now Priya, you being from the edge, you will know that if I do not undertake that full spectrum of check and try to do that, people may say that I'm being very irresponsible and take the easy way out. Malaysia Airport's DNA is not about that. We have to do whatever we can. So we will do whatever we can to ensure that if we are able to salvage it and bring it back into operations, we'll bring it back into the operations. That's number one. Number two, I still have to go through and get approvals, requisite approvals from my board. I do have to get the requisite approval from the relevant authorities to say that we are shutting it down once and for all. I hope I'm being categorically clear, Priya.
Hi, I'm Rex from Malay Mail. So in short, that it is that MAHB is suspending the Aerotrain service due further notice due to safety reasons. So just want to check, what was the passengers' response toward your emergency response yesterday? Did they find, I won't say they're obviously not happy, but did they find it acceptable? Yeah.
I think by and large, I'm not here to judge what they say because I do not know. If I'm in their position, of course I'll feel very, very upset. But one thing I can tell you is this: we tried everything we can. We facilitated every single way we can. Brought them to the nearest, when they reach the satellite was that we have a Sama-Sama Express hotel. We brought them there to, calm down for a while, gave them drinks, make sure they're okay, and then we ferried them over to the gates that they were going to. So obviously, I'm really sorry I can't answer that question because I do not know. Of course, obviously, if I'm in their position, whether it's Malaysia, whether it's Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Heathrow, Schiphol, or wherever it is, if I'm faced with that situation, of course, obviously, I'll be very angry. But as far as we're concerned, the effort that we undertook, we went full blown. We went the whole 100 yards to make sure that we could do whatever it is we can for them.
Okay, thank you.
That was just one question. The breakdown, was it somehow because we have 2-3 days of bad weather? Could that be one of the reasons why?
We looked into that. That could be a possibility. But Bashir, at this point of time, as I said, until and unless we go through every possible panels in the train, we're not going to be able to give you a definitive answer. At this point of time, it could be just speculation that it is. It could be. I do not know. But there was a question, vibes. Yeah.
Since yesterday, New Zealand, the rail regulator, APAD, come down to visit and inspect?
The regulator, we've kept them informed. The entire process we're following. I think they will come after the investigation to do a follow-up on the investigation. So nak katakan dah ke belum, I think there's a process that they go through. I'm not particularly sure anybody has the agent.
The process was we are informing them. After that, we follow up with the incident report to them within 24 hours. So after this, they might coming down. Yeah.
So I can say that APAD rail team they have come here since yesterday's incident.
Mengikut tata cara, dia mengikut tata cara lah Syarif. Dia ada 24 jam selepas tu.
Yeah.
Datuk, you mentioned of several incidents where the train stopped in the past. How many incidents actually? And then what were the dates, if you don't mind to share, where passengers had to walk in the middle of the track?
Satu tu dalam pada tahun 2017. Pada I think ada date dia pun ada kat sini. Sekejap saya tak perasan date. September. Sebentar ya saya. 6 September 2017. So telah berlaku insiden yang seperti ini juga. Walaupun 2017, tahun ni 2023 dah 2 kali jadi tu, saya rasa.
So the last time, how many passengers were affected?
Selalunya train kita ni memang kalau kapasiti adalah 150. So maksimum 150. Saya sendiri masa 2017 tu saya tak ada lagi. Jadi saya tak tahu. Tapi saya rasa kalau boleh dikatakan kalau 150 tu 100 orang tu biasalah dalam train kita ni.
Satu lagi, kejadian semalam ada tak melibatkan penumpang terdiri daripada orang kurang upaya?
Semalam saya lihatkan daripada CCTV, rakaman CCTV semuanya dapat berjalan daripada train ke satelit. Kalau saya kesilapan boleh dibetulkan? Tak ada. Semuanya yang berjalan. Tidak ada yang saya nampak daripada CCTV yang terpaksa naik wheelchair. Tapi sebenarnya saya tak kira lah orang tu naik wheelchair ke tak. Kalau kena berjalan selama 400 meter tu, itu dah tahap yang begitu serius kepada kami lah.
Datuk, how long is the time for them to walk from where the train halted until the destination?
Easily about
7 minit ke 10 minit.
About 7 to 10 minutes. So may not seem long, but that's, I mean, I'm a 57-year-old guy. Okay, even walking 400 meters is also bad for me already. Anything else? Please, anything. Sorry? Soalan apa tu, Priya?
regarding the Subang Airport redevelopment plan. What is MAHB's progress on that? Has there been any updates on that?
We're still undertaking that planning feasibility process. I need to bring it up to my board. There are a number of other things that we need to do. We are progressing as is. Whenever you ask me about Subang question, I break into cold sweat because I've been given I've been given a timeline by the ministry as well, and also to bring this back up to cabinet by March. I have to go through the requisite approvals on my board, stakeholders, Ministry of Transport, and eventually going back to cabinet. So Priya, I would appreciate you not reminding me that, because I break into cold sweat when I talk about that.
But I might have a follow-up to that.
Okay, no, it's okay. Just go ahead.
This is regarding, so far no update on anything on Subang.
I can't give you any meaningful update at this point of time. The only meaningful update that I will be able to give you is when I get the approval from my board and I get the approval from cabinet.
So regarding the MOT given operational agreement to MAHB, which gives MAHB greater flexibility to work with third parties, is MAHB in talk with any other JV partners?
We're a public listed company, right? There are certain things that we may not be able to, but suffice to say that we are a very responsible entity. We follow ketetapan yang sedia ada. We follow all those guidelines. We will follow all the procedures. We make sure, and then we also have a board. So this is something that we are undertaking. It would be irresponsible for me to divulge any information at this point of time, being a public listed company, Priya. But we will be looking into, because the flexibility that's given to us under the operating agreement is that we will be able to undertake wherever is feasible, we will be able to undertake it on our own. How we undertake it on our own, whether we use our own money to go and get sukuk or whatever it is, or we can be smarter about it, going with joint ventures with other parties. So I think that one is something that I can't preempt. We have to go through the process with the board and eventually with the cabinet.
Has there been any interest from other airline operators that approached MAHB regarding this?
Oh, every airline is now trying to get there, and for us, we welcome that for a simple reason: more airlines, more passengers. More passengers mean more PSE. So I'm good. We are good with that. We welcome that. But there are processes that they need to go through. Airlines will need to get slots, will need to get permission, goes through MOT, goes through CAM. The airport is not ready yet at this point of time. So the airlines may not necessarily be able to do their application just yet. Until such time, I hope you can write about this very clearly in the Edge. All airlines are welcome.
So this is including AirAsia despite the history?
Yes, AirAsia. There's a new airline that you hear, SKS, Malaysia Airlines. Anybody who wants to operate there, they need to go through the process. There is a clear process. Priya, aviation industry is a very regulated industry. We have 3 annexes under the International Civil Aviation Organization, Annex 14, 17 and 19, which is then translated into CAM's regulations here. Very regulated. Process, everything is very precise to the dot. So airlines will need to go through those sort of process. We are an airport operator. We build the infrastructure. Whoever wants to come, go through the necessary process with the regulators. We always welcome airlines to our airports, be it Subang and more so in Kuala Lumpur International Airport. We will go the extra mile to bring in airlines into Kuala Lumpur International Airport. For a simple mathematic, more airlines, more flights, more passengers, more PSC, more revenue, higher profit.
So just one very last one.
I'll give you 3 more, it's okay.
This is the last one. What is the initial investment just on the Aerotrain when it was built 25 years ago? Do you have the number?
Wow. Priya, I told you I'm 57 years old. I was here during the initial stage of KLIA. I'm too old to remember that. And the other thing, the reason why I don't remember is because the whole entire construction of Malaysia airports was not undertaken by Malaysia Airports. It was taken by KLIA, Berhad, under the government. So, sorry, I can't remember.
So, sepanjang 25 tahun, 2 kali dia ke major kerosakan?
Oh, major kerosakan tu yang melibatkan penumpang berjalan. 2 kali tu. Kalau nak kata rosak tu banyak kali sangat lah. Ya, tak boleh nak kira sebenarnya. Dia mechanical tu kadang-kadang pintu tak boleh tutup. Jadi orang yang berjalan tu pada saya very severe. 400 meter ke 700 meter ke 100 meter ke 20 meter pun orang kena turun train berjalan tu severe. Again, I have to apologise for that. We all have to apologise for that. But kalau nak berlaku insiden tu, saya rasa boleh saya buat macam ni lah. Umpamakan saya punya phone ni buka 24 jam sehari, 7 hari 365. Pukul 2 malam pun saya dapat lagi, 2 pagi dapat ting bunyi message alert adalah keluar kata train tu ada tersangkut sikit dan sebagainya. Train tu dia punya signal tak dapat. Jadi nak katakan every other day pun ada lah. Tapi engineering team kita ni very quick. Dia orang pergi rectify. Dah berapa lama you buat benda ni kan? Berapa puluh tahun dah. Jadi dia tahu dah, dia dah masak dengan train ni. But still, I don't really particularly want to talk about the existing train that we have right now. I think we need to be looking forward. Saya ingin memerlukan kerjasama daripada semua. Kalau boleh tolong juga saya, tolonglah Malaysia Airports nyatakan mengenai program yang kita akan buat ni. Kita memang dah nak tukar dah train ni, cuma jadi memakan masa. And also as far as the bus punya service is concerned tu, dia memang berjalan dengan lancar. Cuma kadang-kadang ramai orang yang ialah tak biasa dengan naik bas tu, lepas tu kena berjalan sikit dan sebagainya. Jadi dia pun macam, dan kadang-kadang ada orang kata tak ada nampak signage. Sebenarnya signage nanti maybe bawa lah nanti. You tengok signage, okay, international dia under IKU ni, kita punya colour yang lebih prominent ni colour ni tau. Ni, kuning dengan hitam. Kalau you pergi Heathrow, so I'm sure you've been to Heathrow, right, Priya? What's the signage colour? This, yellow and black. It's everywhere. You go everywhere. This way to the bus lounge, that way to the bus lounge, so on and so forth. We have that. Tapi cuma bila kadang-kadang saya tak salahkan dia orang, sebab bila ramai orang, dia tak nampak. Ya, walaupun kat situ kadang-kadang dia when you are in haste, you will walk. You are so familiar with KL International Airport because we've been here for a longer time. It's automatic where you go, right? So you will tend to miss the very visible signages. But the signages are there, and hopefully you will be able to, perhaps later you see it for yourselves and judge it. And I also sincerely welcome feedback. So if there's anything, we are all about trying to improve ourselves. Any feedback that you have to give or you want to give to us, feel free. You know my email, right? Iskandar, very simple lah, iskandarmalaysiaairports.com.my. Send the feedback. I'm all for it. We try to improve. You lain lah, you ada WhatsApp baik. Apalah. Masih ada kan? WhatsApp tak ada? You minta dengan So yang mana ada WhatsApp tu WhatsApp lah.
Datuk, so just to clarify, while you are suspending it, you will be replaced by the shuttle bus service. But if it's go beyond serviceable, meaning that the train will only come into service in 2025 once the whole system was being upgraded and replaced. Right, okay.
But let me just clarify. we will still try our best to see whether we can bring the train back up again. But until such time, we're suspending it until further notice. Buses will still be there. Any other question berkaitan dengan train ke, tak berkaitan dengan train ke?
Satu basic question untuk berapa lama perjalanan train daripada setelah main building dan juga berapa lama untuk bas?
Tadi saya dah jawab tadi, dia macam ni. Tak apa, okey, dia senang. Sama, 5-6 minit. Dua-dua tu. Lagi sekali, dia punya breakdown. You berjalan pergi ke train station. Train tu nombor 1. Train perjalanan dia adalah lebih kurang 2 minit daripada stesen ke stesen. 2 minit. Kita dah time dah ni 2 minit. Tapi sekarang ni lama sikit lah sebab kita. So 2 minit lah 2 minit. So 2 minit tu bila dia bertolak daripada situ, you kena tunggu kat sebelah sana kan. So you dah kena tunggu 2 minit. Orang naik 1 minit. Jadi 3 minit you dah kena tunggu dah untuk 3 minit tu. 3 minit itu pun kalau sampai ngam-ngam lah, dah ada. Tapi selalunya pada puratanya adalah 5 minit. Bas, itu train. Bas, sama, 5 sehingga 6 minit juga. Perjalanan bas adalah di antara 3 minit setengah, 3 minit lah, 3 minit je. Tapi bila dia turun ke langsung, bas tu memang dah sedia ada. Jadi dia tunggu tu tak sampai 2 minit. Dia tunggu tu dah 1 minit lebih nak board tu, dia naik. And then bas tu berjalan selama 3 minit. Jadi secara puratanya adalah 5 hingga 6 minit. Sama sahaja. Clear? Anything else? Anybody? Bernama penting? Anything else? Kosmo tak nak tanya kan Kosmo? Tanyalah. Betul? Dah clear. Saya kalau tak ada lagi tak? Anybody? Yes, okay. Dia satu bas adalah 40. Satu bas 40. Jadi dia macam ni. Kenapa kita buat 18 bas tu macam ni aja? Train tu full 150. Jadi sekarang 18 bas tu lebih sama dia punya capacity dengan train. Itu yang cara tu. Dia satu train is 150, bas 40 satu. 140. Jadi sebab dulu ada 2. Jadi kalau ambil kalkulator kita baca, kalkulator dia satu bas kita 18 kali dengan 40 720. 720 tu sebab kalau kita divide by 2, 360 tu kapasiti train kan, 2 train. Jadi kita macam sekarang bus operation kita ni memang seperti kita operate both trains. So vibes, the reason why we have it, itu because we want to make sure lah dia tak ada putus.
As you know, we are doing a live session on Facebook as well. So there is a question from a member of the public who is asking, why is it that offer buggy services at Terminal 2 and not offer buggy services at Terminal 1? And if at Terminal 1, does it mean that a person with limited mobility cannot request the use of the buggy?
I think to make it clear, the buggy service is available from two separate sources. One is from us and one is from the airlines. So those sort of services, if you can assist, bawa kepada semua memang ada. Bukan sahaja bagi service, tetapi juga kalau nak ada wheelchair itu semua ada. Mungkin ramai yang tidak tahu. Dia boleh membuat dengan secara senangnya melalui syarikat penerbangan. Tetapi syarikat penerbangan sekiranya mereka memerlukan kerjasama menyediakan juga tersebut. Is that in English or is that in the question was in English? Malay. Ya, itu nasib baik saya jawab in Malay. So sedia ada. Itu memang sedia ada dan boleh dipinta melalui syarikat penerbangan. Any follow-on question to that? Oh, that's good. So people can also. Tapi kalau tak ada lagi, tak boleh saya buka lagi. Dia semua question, be sure. Dia want to ask anything else? No, I can't answer. I can't answer. I'll be preempting the decision of my board. Be preempting the decision of cabinet. Unless I'm a YB. I'm not a YB. Sorry. So if there is anything, I mean, on a more serious note, I'm pleading for your assistance. Please inform the public. Bus service is available. I know people may feel comfortable when they are out of the familiarity of Kuala Lumpur of Pengarah, not having that they feel a bit uncomfortable. But I think that the team does do our very best to ensure that the comfort, seamlessness will be there. And actually the train of the bus operations is as efficient as the train. We have to walk a bit further up, 100 meters, like meters. See later. Who wants to go on this journey with bus? Please do so. Please do it. I'll be there to achieve myself. Housing